Hi, everyone. I'm Lauren Lynch Wemple. I am the founder of 21st and 18th, and this is Vintage Finds TV. Vintage Finds started as a written segment on 21st and 18th, where I would unravel the history and details and life behind all different types of vintage products. So that could be a dress, a hat, a pair of gloves, a teacup, a work of art. We've gone in so many different directions, and it's always really fun and surprising. You learn so much about different things you pick up for sometimes $1 or $2. And what we thought would be really fun, because Vintage Finds is proving to be one of the most popular segments on 21st and 18th, is to bring you Vintage Finds IRL from my parlor with Vintage Finds TV. Let's get going. Love this piece. It's so fun. I can't wait for you all to see what it looks like on body. It is attractive on the hanger, but not as good as seeing it on a torso. This is a pink top by Blumarine. Blumarine is an Italian house that was originally founded in 1977 by a husband and wife couple, Anna Molinari and her now late husband, Gianpaolo Tarabini. They founded the brand in Carpi, Italy, not Capri. Carpi. It's in Modena, not too far from the sea. And the word on the street, from what I can glean through my sleuthing, is that Blumarine was inspired by their love of the sea and the color. And what Blumarine has managed to do since they debuted their first runway show in 1980 until now is produce extremely feminine, lovely pieces. They're sexy, they're different, they're kind of what I call, when I'm styling or curating my collection, a wild card piece. But the funny thing is they're not too crazy. We call them wild cards, but they really work. Yeah, Blumarine piece. What I really love about this piece and what drew me to it is it's mesh. It has this energy of being so delicate, but because it's sheer and it has these incredible hearts over your breasts, it is very soft and feminine. So it has the sheer kind of intensity, because you're showing your muscles, you're showing parts of your body that you would never see in a normal top, even a form-fitting top. And then you have these kind of fun Hello Kitty sparkly hearts. I purchased this top at Century Girl Vintage, which is a fantastic shop in New Orleans, Louisiana. I loved it. I was not in the market for this top, but I saw it and I knew I needed to have it. Blumarine originally debuted this in its ready-to-wear collection, fall-winter 2022, excuse me. And I immediately recognized it. It's not a shirt that you can currently purchase from Blumarine. You can find it secondhand, but all of the secondhand shirts that I found have been over $400. It was originally priced at $585, and I spent about $190 on it after taxes, etc. I love this. I would style it with a pair of courier pants, low hanging, low sitting on the waist, and I would really give a moment to the hips and the waist. I'd also pair it with a pair of Manolo Blahnik pointed toe Dorsey pumps. I could see myself wearing this very, very much in the summer in New York, just maybe in the Lower East Side, one of my favorite wine bars, or potentially on a trip to Paris. Also would not be amiss in Copenhagen with the sort of fun nuts street style you see there. But in Copenhagen, I would definitely wear it with a pair of like trainers or high top Converse. Definitely no heels. What do we think? So this silk top, which I love when this happened, it has no branding. It has no tags. It has nothing that can help me identify what it is. There's not even a sizing tag, which tells me that was probably custom made for someone, or it was some sort of label that had one label and was torn out. When you see pieces like this in your local thrift store, online, in someone's vintage collection that you're currently browsing in to potentially buy from, what I always do is I look at the seams, because if it has no branding, it's either number one, really old, or number two, it was custom made for someone. So you want to look at the seams to see if it being custom made, the person who owned it before you, if they were not the original person who commissioned this piece, you want to understand if they stretched it out or if it in any way was impacted. Because remember, if some piece of clothing is made couture for somebody's body, it's made specifically for them. So it's never going to fit anybody else properly. And so you really want to flip things inside out and look at the seams. Easiest place to start, you want to look at the hem. The hem here, you can see that it's all hand done. It's incredible, like beautiful stitching, but it's certainly hand done. All the beading is also hand done. We know that because number one, the hem's hand done, but then also the lining of the shirt is this really beautiful, very, very low ounceage silk. And you just couldn't do that on a machine. It's not possible. And so it's a mix of these tiny little white glass beads and then these beautiful iridescent sequins. So as it moves, you can kind of see it has that rainbow energy, which I love. I purchased this top for $5.99. I kept the tag on it because I didn't think anyone would believe me. It is from a thrift shop. Definitely could be sold for more for someone who appreciates quality. It has this incredible, like if you look at the top, it's almost sort of Western. And then I'll turn it back. It's like has a yoke that goes down. You see that? So it's like this Freddie Mercury vintage disco energy, but it's certainly what I could see in this is like a lady of Madison Avenue or a woman in San Francisco going to the opera in the 70s. That's what I see, who I see wearing this. And the way I would style it, which I think is really exciting, I would wear it with a pencil skirt, or I'd wear it with some sort of knee-length skirt. If I'm wearing it with a knee-length skirt, I'd put on a pair of two-tone pumps, maybe 2 to 3 inches high. If I'm wearing it with a pencil skirt, I've been really interested in the pairing a pencil skirt with a slightly fitted top and a pair of flats with a slight block heel, but a pair of flats nonetheless. I think it's really fabulous. I think it's really timeless. Now, this vintage find is super, super fun. So I absolutely love it. I didn't actually know this brand when I was shopping online and found this dress, but I was immediately drawn to it. I bought it last year in 2023, so I think I was probably influenced by the Barbie movie. My favorite color has always been pink, so I've got loads of pink in my collection. But what I really liked about this is it has that like delicious, wonderful, incredible 90s, early 2000s, super feminine energy. It's got the strapless sort of sweetheart, but still straight across neckline that we see a lot in the 90s. And it is just, on me, I'm a bit more petite. It hits just below the knee. It has these amazing flounces on the front and the back. And then one piece that is so 90s and fabulous are these little buttons. So it has no zipper. It's all buttons. And that to me kind of gives it a more couture energy because a zipper kind of allows to fit more bodies, but buttons, I don't know, it kind of says that it was made for you. So I love this dress. It's a brand called Tuleh. It has this fabulous tag that is unmistakable. And if you don't know Tuleh, but you feel like this is very familiar, there's a reason for that. It means that you watch Sex and the City and you really appreciate the costuming in the early seasons. So Tuleh is a brand that was founded in the 1990s, became extremely popular in 1999. Founded by two partners, Brian Bradley and Josh Patner. And in 1999, it kind of exploded in pop culture. So you see Tuleh pieces, tops, dresses on all of the characters in Sex and the City, particularly Carrie and Charlotte. And then you also see a lot of Tuleh pieces street style on the runway. So if you were to go on Instagram and type Tuleh, which is spelled T-U-L-E-H, you would see Anne Hathaway in Tuleh. You would see, obviously, Carrie Bradshaw, Candace Bushnell, and sort of all that Sex and the City entourage in Tuleh. There are pictures of Tuleh being fitted in old Vogue offices with Andre Leon Talley sitting there and sort of supervising the meeting. It's a really incredible brand. The more fascinating bit is that Tuleh rose amazingly, kind of prolifically, and then they fell. So in 2010, the brand disbanded, it closed down after a lot of financial hardship. So even though they were obviously resonating with a lot of women, they just couldn't make it work. Happens a lot, still an incredible business. And if you see, are still incredible products. And if you see Tuleh pieces secondhand online, then you should snap them up. This piece particularly is actually from a spring ready-to-wear show in 2004. I really love it. You see this color used, and then it kind of has a twin dress in a khaki color. So this Tuleh dress, I would love for you to guess, if you were sitting here with me having a cup of tea, how much I paid for it. But since you can't, I'll tell you. It was $45, and I bought it on the RealReal. Yeah, pretty incredible. This Tuleh dress is the type of dress that makes me want to be walking down Madison Avenue on an 80-degree evening in strappy sandals and just like going to somewhere like Samba Bar. Like, I want to be Carrie Bradshaw in 2000, where you could just like go to the it place that night and everybody was there at the same place because there was less people and less sources of knowledge. And yeah, I think that would be just ideal for this dress. Summer in New York. Thanks for watching Vintage Finds TV from 21st and 18th. I'm Lauren Lynch Wemple. Happy to be here with you today. It was super fun. If you like art, history, and fashion, visit us online at 21stand18th.com. You'll see our weekly newsletter where we time travel through a variety of decades, interview experts and people like museum curators from around the world, and then shop our online vintage catalog. We've got fashion, accessories, and antiques. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok at 21st and 18th. And if you want to follow me, I'm at _low_Lynch. Be warned, I mostly post about horses and fashion and my cat, Jasper. Cheers.